Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Learn more about the Experience community at our website, local.theexperience.video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Experience is brought to you each week by these great sponsors. Aspects of Aging weekly talk show with Christine A. Smith. Unscripted conversations with experts. AgingBetterNetwork.com. Seattle School of Chen. Established in 2006, dedicated to promoting Chen family-style Tai Chi Chuan in the Pacific Northwest. SeattleChenTaichi.com. The Jalot Home Team, Keller Williams, Mid-Willamette Realty, serving Lynn, Benton, Marion, Lane, and Polk counties. Visit TeamJalot.com. Avalos Car Media Group. Ollie and her team are helping entrepreneurs and businesses break through barriers, expand their reach, and thrive on a global scale. ACMGdigital.com. And now let's get on with the show.
Good morning, everybody. We're here. Woohoo! Live. It's us on the screen. Yes, we're here live on The Experience, live with Russ and Scott here every Wednesday for your viewing and listening pleasure. And my good friend and co-host, Mr. D. Scott Smith, is always here with me. How are you doing, Scott?
Oh, it's just great to hang out with you, Russ. I look forward to the shows that we do twice a week, you and I, here on The Experience on Wednesday. And then, of course, there's The Experience Local on Mondays. And where's the best way for people to find out all about the shows that you have, that I have, that we do together?
Well, I'm telling you, there's so much. Yeah, there you go. There's so much great information. But you know what? You can go to local.theexperience.video to find out more about Scott and I, and more about The Experience. You'll also find more about our other the new things like Scott's Waco Experience. He's got his own new show down in Waco, and there you go, got his business cards and everything. Look at that, you're so fancy. And so yes, there's so much information there, and we'd also love you could bounce directly off of that and join our YouTube to subscribe. But if you want to go straight to it, you can also go to the experience.video straight to our YouTube page, and please subscribe today for so much value for you. So many amazing people like Mike Ashabraner of the Hounds of Business is with us today. He's on there a couple times. There's going to be so much good information. And I am just thankful, Scott, that we have technology where people can connect to us so easy.
Absolutely. And there's so many different ways to do that. And I encourage people to connect in the way that works for them. And a lot of times people will ask me, clients will ask me, what's the best way to connect with me? And I say, it's the way you want to connect. I have people who only use email. Some people only use text. I have a group of people that only communicate with them on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. And it just depends on what people want. But reach out to Russ or myself. And one of the things that I'm going to encourage people to do is, as you're planning 2025 and you have different events and you need an inspirational speaker, this guy right here, right there, just reach out to Russ and book him today before the calendar fills up.
There you go. And I'm always here for you. I will save my energy just to come in and blow your team away. It takes a little extra rest for me, but I can do it. And so, yeah, I'm always looking to inspire and encourage people. And, you know, the gentleman that we have on today, and I use gentleman loosely. No, I'm just kidding, Mike. Mike Ashabraner, talking about inspiring and full of energy. He is definitely full. Well, he's full of something, but anyway.
Well, let me just say this about Mike and his journey that he's been on. Is that oftentimes when you step into a specific profession, there is kind of an expectation of who you have to be to fulfill that role. And it's absolutely not true. And we're going to learn today about Mike and his journey but you don't need to fit into a particular suit of clothes just because you have chosen a specific occupation.
That's right. I completely agree with that. And right before we bring him in, we're going to remind all of you, please share this out. Let people know that Mike is on. And if you're not part of the Hounds of Business, you should be. So share this, tag your friends, let them know what's going on. We just really want to get you to engage today. Jump in those comments. We've already got people just filling up the comments. So make sure and tag your friends, remind them what's going on, because that will let them know. We all need reminders. I do. I know. So yes. Okay. So with that, we're going to bring in my good friend and the amazing Mike Ashabraner. Here he is. Hey, Mike.
And we'll get him unmuted and ready to rock and roll. There at the woodshed. He's out at the cabin today. Every day.
Folks in the audience, Royce. Hey, Bert and Ernie here are in rare form, man. It's funny. Like, we switched roles. I'm calm today, and they are just riled up with the jokes, man. I'm ready to go. Hey, when I wake up, you're in deep trouble, gentlemen. Just enjoy it while it lasts. All right.
Yeah,
really. I always say, it's going to be a good day when you wake due to natural causes.
That's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing.
Neither Russ or I use an alarm. We don't have an alarm clock. Why?
Yeah,
because you just go to bed. A friend of mine said, he was looking for an aggressive alarm clock. And he got all these things with flashing lights and big bells and buzzers and train horns and whatnot. And I wrote back and said, you just need an alarm clock that makes you go to bed 7 or 8 hours before you want to get up.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway, that is off track for today, but welcome to the experience live with Russ and Scott. And let's get Scott out of the way and get Mike into the way.
Yeah, Mike, give us a little inside of who is Mike Ashabraner. What are you up to?
Yeah, well, first of all, I can't let that go. I'm never off track. All right, I go on any track. Y'all know this. So I found a YouTube video of the rooster crowing, all these different roosters crowing. So my daughters have to hear that every single morning now. That's their alarm clock. With cock-a-doodle-doo going in the background. They absolutely love and hate it. So there you go. So no loud. They don't do it on purpose. I do it for them because that's what good daddies do. So if you don't know me, I'm Mike Ashabraner, the proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. Again, full of heart-centered, high-level professionals, getting things done through profitable reciprocity. No pitch slapping, no hardcore sales hunting. And that came from design. That came from not me trying to figure out how to make another daggum guru course or community. That came from me not knowing how to follow the traditional marketing and sales and networking stuff that seems to be prevalent, right, in business and teaching and academia. And, it was either homelessness or figure out an alternate way, right? And it took a long time. It was a painful journey, still is. But I'm not alone. I wasn't the only one. And I think a lot of times that's what we think. Well, we can't figure this method out or follow traditional mode, as you were saying. I have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain way, try to fit in with folks and things that I just don't really 100% or 0% resonate with. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case. Will it be easy? Oh, heck no. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. But is it worth it? Yeah, so far so good, right? And remember, guys, I'm not some guru. I'm not on the top of the mountain already, whatever that is. I'm some guy a mile ahead of you on a dark path with a lantern saying, watch out for that pothole, right? Hey, stop struggling in the sticker bush. And that's not just me. Now we have hundreds of folks in the Hounds of Business community, professionals who want to make an impact in their life. They're driven to do something special through all the crap that they went through, the injustice and the things they see in the world. They want to do something about it. But you know what? Unfortunately, most of us won't because we don't have the daggum tools and resources to get it done. That's where the Hound steps in, and that's why I love having you guys. We can do way more together, have more impact, make more money, and have more daggum fun doing it together. Ain't that right? You agree with that?
I agree with that more than you know. And you know what? I just having a lot of daggum fun is all that is worth it to me. And, what I love is we are truly better together. And you are all about community. And you and I are on completely the same wavelength as far as building long-term success and significance in business through people, through coming together, through connecting, through building community. Tell us a little bit more about how the Hounds actually started.
I had made the comment a while back, first of all, I am turning into an old man, and I need more joy and fun in life, and they say, well, I'll wait till things get better. Well, then I'll be waiting forever to have some more joy. I'm turning into Gargamel. I'm about to chase some kids off with the broom if I don't interject some humor and some fun. So, it's a decision. But as far as me, I talked to somebody the other day. It was Christine. She was on that audio we did, the audio room yesterday. And she said, you may have started the Hounds by accident, but you did not create it by accident. That was one of the most profound things I have heard in the last year or two since we started. Almost 3 years, accidentally started the Hounds. And, it's, again, we're not against anyone else. All right. But we're inclusive, but we're not for everyone. And what does that mean? Well, it's simple. If you find yourself struggling in life or business around the right people, around the right, systems, trying to figure out your business, you're really faced with two things: the traditional method of, hey, you got to do it this way. Right. Let me put it this way. I met a lady yesterday who pretty much experienced everything that we exist for, right? We're the alternative to this kind of thing. So she showed up and she said, hey, I hired social media companies and these kind of things to market my service. And they went out there and they made emails. They put all these DMs out there. They started pitching everybody and it didn't work. And even when people sat with her, they sat one-on-one, she didn't close business, which is crazy because this lady is, sharp. She's likable. She's an expert. She should be closing business. And I said, absolutely. And I said, what do you think the problem is? Why do you think that happened? And she said, I didn't write it. It's not me. Daggum straight. See, if you want the cookie cutter microwave stuff, that's not going to work. Even if she did the work herself, they're trying to bash a square peg in a round hole. Y'all feel like that? You hear somebody speak and everybody else goes, yeah. And you're going, I don't know if I can do that. Right. And not because you're stupid, because you don't want to. It's not who you are. You feel incongruent. You feel out of sorts. You feel like a fish out of water. Right. So when it comes to marketing and networking and all this stuff, we had to find a way to if I'm not going to go out there and hunt for my food, what's that mean? It means having 40 coffee chats so you can sell some poor soul something that you halfway believe in, right? It means that it would be the same thing that if you talk to Russ, if you got all this marketing and drip method and content from Russ, and then I show up, right? You're going to be shocked. You're like, wait a minute, it's not the same guy. So the consistency of taking the hard work, and that's what we do in the Hounds. That's what I do in my business, Russ. Same thing you do, folks. Similar, just in different wheelhouse. Let's put the formula out there, the GPS. Point A, where I am, my business and I. Point B, where I want to go. And lay out and do the work to get there. Your story, your voice, right? Your crowd. You attract people like you who want to do business like you, who want to align with you. So the Hounds is simply a place where we can go connect with people who want to reciprocate, who want to support, who want to build and nurture authentic relationships in life and business. And then all the other stuff we do is just tools and methods and resources to help you get there faster. But the heart of who we are is we don't want to go out there and do business. If you want to do business that way, that's good for you. But we have tried and it failed for us. So we go out there and help others get what they want. In return, we get way more than we could get by ourselves. Does that make sense? Any sense? What's the audience
does
think?
indeed. It does indeed. And I want to talk about some of the mechanical aspects of the Hounds of Business. You're using a platform that looks like an open social media network, like Facebook or something, but it's not. You're using a different platform. Tell us about that and why you chose that, and what people can expect when they become a member of the Hounds.
Great question. The reason we chose it, and we have our own professional community, like you said, on Mighty Networks, right? And the reason behind it is two reasons. So all social media is rented space, right? Rented space, you don't own it. And it's competitive space, right? So that's the two problems we have. First of all, it's rented space. What does that mean? That means you can get kicked off any social media platform because of an angry algorithm and not let back on because of an 18-year-old with an attitude, right? A customer service rep. It also means it's competitive space, right? Just on this platform, there's almost 1 billion people, 800 million active people. So how many thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of folks in your wheelhouse, financial advisors or whatever it may be, coaches, right? Galore. And so the hounds help. See, we see these things as tools. We're not trying to sell from a poster content. We're not trying to persuade people and chase them around and bother them. What we're trying to do in antithesis, right? In the tools we have, instead of dog catching and chasing stuff that doesn't want to be caught, right? Like letting the dog catcher van open, what we're trying to do is bug zap. We're trying to put our best stuff out there, let people come to us, right? And see if they want to say yes. Hey, I know, like, and trust Russ because I see his content, I see his shows, I see what he's doing. We align. And eventually, on my terms, not Russ's terms, my terms, hey, maybe I'll engage and take the next step, right? So to answer your question, how do we put that in practice? Well, we have many different rooms and there lots of things. We help each other with our social media. We have a media network publicity hub, right? And think about that. Instead of worrying about getting viral comments and likes and all this stuff, I mean, think about who you're going to do business with. Somebody who just gets a whole bunch of likes in a kitty meme video, or somebody who has your back, shows up, tags you, brings guests to you, right? Does things to help you in your real business. So in other words, we put the horse before the cart. That we're out there trying to use social media and all these tools to connect with the person behind the screen. And how do we do that? Just like a peacock, right? We put out the right content. We put out the right business systems, sales funnels. It's like speed dating. Think about how practical and easy this is. The tools of the hounds, right? Connecting people, letting the ecosystem work itself, helping each other push up what we care about. The difference is, think about speed dating, right? I can't persuade anybody. I couldn't persuade my wife to like me. But what I can do in business and dating, same stuff, is that you can put a great system together, dump a whole bunch of people in it, and let them self-select, right? 100 people go in and they say, well, that Russ guy, I don't know if he's for me. But then 2 of them go, you know what? I'm going to go to the next level. And if you frame your life, business, networking, marketing on that, and you learn the formula, dadgummit, you're going to have more fun and get more results. And that's what we do. I help people teach the formula. I help them figure all this out. It's not a social media class or course. It's a daggum business, sales, and marketing course centered around social media, right? Horse before the cart. And the playground of that is the hounds. It takes a long time to build this stuff. Hey, ask Russ. He's built a giant community and network. So now you get to supercharge your growth by tapping into the hounds, which is full of heart-centered, high-level professionals, people who want to see you succeed, and you're going to love to help succeed. So does that make sense? The tools are just a means to the end.
Oh,
and the
totally.
end is building our business.
Yeah, I mean, completely agree with you. And what people don't realize is you don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. You need to find like-minded people on the same path and join them like the hounds, because there's so many people like you, Mike, doing amazing things. And why start from scratch and everything now? If nobody's doing what you're doing and you want to, like Mike started the hounds, you need to start something. That's great. But at the same time, come together with others. You cannot do life by yourself. And this is what I love most about you, Mike, is really, we are truly better together. We are truly helping each other grow in life and in business, not just monetarily, but just helping each other. I love to come together with people that are in the same business that I am, because I learned so much and I can help promote them as well. I think all ships rise when we lift each other up and we bless each other. And I think that's so important. So this whole concept of the way the Hound started is the reason you're so successful. And now people are really coming in with lots of influence, helping you, right? Moving the ship the right direction.
Oh my gosh, man. When you're willing to do the hard work, the inner work, right? We talk about this. We focus on our marketing and business issues. I got to get better in this thing, that thing, get my website, blah, blah, blah. In actuality, if we don't do the inner work where we have self-worth and value, where we know who we are, we define what we are, right? These are my virtues. These are the things that my creed, my personal mission statement. That's where it starts. Because if you have the best sales script on earth, and I've done this, I could do my business partner back in the day in finance. I could do his presentation better than him. Here's the problem. It didn't work, right? Because I'm not 65. I'm not that kind of guy, right? So that's where it starts. And I think that's where the self-help section falls through. I think that's where a lot of people assume and the presupposition is that you're ready to go. And that's not always the case. It wasn't the case for me. I'm, be very open. It's not popular to be vulnerable in business still, right? You're supposed to have all your stuff together. And I don't agree with that. In fact, this whole I have it all together, come to me and I'll fix all your problems hero mentality. I guess I'm the opposite of that, Russ, because I say, hey, stop running from it, embrace it, and figure out, right, through other people how to mold and figure out you. Say, I'm marketing me. I'm not trying to be Russ anymore. In my 40s, that's hey, better late than never. But I tell you this, it's a mindset is what I'm getting at. So to your point, real quick, I had a CEO I've recently met, and he said, he says, it sounds like we're doing the same thing. He's got 40K business owners and he has a community network. And he says, it seems like we're competing a little bit doing the same things. And my response was, only if we decide to compete. I prefer to collaborate. Now, I have high standards, extremely high standards, right? Integrity and values come first before profits and everything else. But I think that was interesting. And you know what? He wrote back and said, hey, if I can do anything, right, let's chat. Hey, I'm willing to chat, because it's not about the hounds. It's about pulling together good people, good-hearted people who wake up every day, who say, I want to build a business because it's an extension of who I am, right? My business and me is not, it's not that whole, it's not personal, it's just business stuff. Nope. For us, it's the other way, right? It's the same, right? And we want to go out there and make a difference, leave a legacy. We just happen to do that in our businesses, right? We serve a purpose, we solve problems for folks in business, but the end result is what separates us from most. It's not just about money. It's what that money can do. Because I don't want to spend the rest of my life, next 40 years of my life, trying to pay the electric bill, right? I want to go out there and open up food banks. I want to donate to domestic violence organizations that we support in here. I want to go help the kids run around without coats in underserved neighborhoods. That is not, that's what makes us us. So all the tools and all the things and all the stuff we teach, we're not telling you to do it. You're doing it wrong. Look, if you're a good hunter in sales and that works for you, good for you. I'm jealous. I wish I could do it. I spent too many years trying to and failing. But what I'm saying is, if you have that desire, passion, or determination, wherever it comes from, don't give up on your dreams. And that's what's happening out there. To people who could solve a lot of these problems or make a dent into this stuff won't. And I'll say it like a parrot, a redneck parrot, because they don't have the support, resources, and tools. But here's the deal. It starts with who. First of all, it starts with you trying to figure out and define success for yourself, number one. And number two, going out there and exploring. You say, what am I looking for? That's who knows? You're looking for the answer, but you have to get out, right? Like the biblical passage, ask, seek, and knock, right? Hey, I want to do this thing, grow this business, start this organization, help people. And then you just put yourself out there. And I know it sounds crazy, but it is very profitable. It opens up opportunities. I mean, think about it, right? We became the hub into a large degree on cancer. Now, I did not set a traditional KPI and business plan to do that. What I did was built an ecosystem plugged into people like you and let the opportunities drive us to that, right? Connecting other people, putting them in other communities together. And then it just so happened that happened. And that's how we do business. So instead of focusing on outcome, what I encourage people to do is focus on defining success, working on yourself, and go out there and seek the answers to what you're trying to figure out. Don't just pay somebody and follow their system and blame yourself.
So you mentioned
it didn't work, so I must suck.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of specific categories of opportunities to give that you would like to provide financial support for some of these different items out there. And it reminds me that I had a microeconomics professor in college, and he said, "I don't like money, but I do like what money can do." And this is what I hear from you: is that you're really looking at not the personal accumulation for its own sake, but what good you can do with it. So let's talk about just briefly some of the success stories from the people who have been a part of the Hounds of Business.
Oh, wow. Like, where to start? Wow. Like, I got flooded. You see this camel head's about to pop. All right. So, where do I begin? All right. Well, there's somebody that I've worked with, right, in Wonderful Hound. Over 2 years ago, I just was in the orbit of this person, right? Had no clue what was going to happen with me, my life, and business. Went through a lot of stuff. But anyway, we were able to mobilize to this special event, a lot of folks to the Hounds, other people, and then really help support this person. This person was wanting to quit and give up, and they're doing amazing, amazing things in the world. They're helping people on the greatest level, right? World stage, and they're just doing it from the ground up. Anyway, they go to this event, and for the first time, her daughter connected, right? Felt like they had a sense of belonging, right? And saw what mom has been doing all this time. It was just amazing. The support from the people in the audience and the people in this group. You know, what does that mean in business? Did you make any money? Yeah, listen, I will and I have, but I didn't do it for that. Listen, when you get up every day and you fight hard and you have nothing but dirt, right? You can't even burn dirt. I talk about that. I'm speaking to the people who mostly or bet people would bet that they would lose. You can't build a business, you can't be successful, and yet somehow you do it. So when I see these kind of success stories, yes, we make money, but tell me what's more that just having a relationship, picking up the phone one day kept people from quitting in something that is changing lives, right? And then you keep going through all the challenges and struggles of building a business, leading a community, and then one day you get a text and a message that says, "Hey, this is life changing for me and my daughter." How could you see what I mean? Like, is that not mind blowing? Right. And then other people, that was the thing. I enlisted other people. I supported other people to help support her mission, and everybody benefited. So it's not a mystery when I happen to need something or I want to promote something that these folks, these hundreds of superstars like Russ and D. Scott and all these folks, yeah, they're going to come running because that's who they are. Does that make sense? So I didn't focus
Yeah.
on me and my agenda. I focused on helping families and missions that matter. And you guys responded to that. That's what we built here, Dadgum. Hey,
Right.
DM me if you want to learn
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. When you give out to others, it comes back to you. Absolutely. And I love that about you, Mike, because you're wanting to support and build, and there's a purpose behind your drive. There's a purpose behind the Hounds. And I love that. So we are actually to the point we need to start wrapping things up. Being the responsible host here, I need to let you know that we'd love to hear kind of your gold nugget of the day, what you really want people to remember, and how they get in touch with you, Mike. So take it away.
Yeah. As far as good gold, not gold nuggets. I have broken fortune cookie advice, but sometimes it's helpful, right? And again, here's what I'm going to say. Put the blinders on, put the headphones on, stop listening to everything that social media, put this phone down, right? Stop scroll. I've been scrolling endlessly on social media and just put it down. All right. Start digging into the stuff that you keep pushing away. You bury your head in the sand, things and issues come up in life. And like Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. It all starts with you, right? Redefine what you see life as being for you. Redefine what business and what you've been told, right? Maybe you're pushing off a dream. Maybe you're pushing off the baby step toward writing that book, whatever it may be. All right. Stop giving yourself a million excuses, letting your brain run wild and say, "Hey, you can't do this for this reason." You know that spiral we go through. Our brains do that. All right. Everybody's good. It's not just you. All right. Everybody's just better at hiding it than you, probably. But here's what I'm going to say. Ask yourself and do the hard, scary work. Okay, I got a million reasons I can't do something, build a business, etc. But give yourself one. That's the hard part. One reason why I should try, why I could be successful. And start thinking long term. What if I don't do this in 5 years? Will I regret it? 10 years when I'm on my deathbed, right? Those kind of deep thoughts that we have to have, because that's what's going to drive. That's what's going to get this over. If I had not done that 3 years ago on accident, then all these life changing stories, all these people out here, and it would not exist, at least not the way it did, right? So I want to see it on a higher scale. One life changing event, one major impact a week, it's not enough. It's like a drug, right? I want to see 10, 20, 30. So take the first baby step and have courage before confidence. Be willing to look stupid. All right. If that's what it takes, then you go back to the drawing board and you try again. Never give up and don't let people steal your dreams. Become battle hardened, all right, and focus on it. Because at the end of the day, it's not between you and other people. It's between you and you and you and God. That's my opinion, folks. Courage before confidence. And if you want some place where you can come be yourself, test drive us out. You heard about all this craziness in the Hounds of Business. Hey, test drive us. No ego in this. And if you don't like it, that's okay. I just want you to take, maybe we're not for you, but you took that first step and that's going to change your daggone life. Take the second step. All right. That's it. Just stop waiting for other people to rescue you and the world and start doing it your daggone self. All right. I'm done.
Amen. Amen. Scott, final comments for you, my friend.
Yeah. It's just, we often talk about the problem of isolation, trying to do what you do without other people. And you get to decide, right? It's your life. You get to decide who you surround yourself with. So find a group of people who you resonate with, who support you and will encourage you, and that you can learn from. And I guarantee you, you will be able to teach them as well. So join the Hounds of Business. What's holding you back? And Mike, you hold regular meetings, little introductories for folks to learn about this.
Group calls, DM me if you want to go to a group. They're educational as well as entertaining. You know it is. And folks, listen, folks, whether you join the Hounds or not, I give out referrals when I'm talking to folks and getting to know them on these group calls. And also guest or networking. The last 3 group calls we had to discover the Hounds, folks actually got on each other's podcasts. Guests, I never met them before. Right, have gotten on each other's podcasts. So they're like little mini Hound sessions. It's amazing what you can do with the right folks who have the right heart attitude and the right mindset. Again, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, listen, Eagles and Penguins, guys. I'm not saying Penguins are any worse than but listen, I have nothing in common with a flightless bird living in the Arctic. I was a Penguin for 40 years. Now I'm not. And so if you're at that pivotal point in life where you're just like, hey, I'm 40, 50, I'm accomplished, but I'm not sure. I'm not happy. I'm trying to figure out what's next in life. We got a lot of those folks. Hey, check it out, right? Don't worry about the outcome. Focus on the response. Focus on your activity and action. That's it. And that we just got a bunch of great people. So chest it out, plug in.
I would definitely say if you want to find significance and purpose in life, join the Hounds. If you want to make a difference and you want to feel good about this impact you're making on the world, connect with Mike and join the Hounds. And Mike, how does everybody do that? How do they connect with you?
You can send me a DM on LinkedIn. You can send a carrier pigeon. You can go to Hounds of Business on YouTube, and we have links there. Just plug in. Not just me. Message Russ. Message Steve. Of course, I'm going to say it's great. Find out what they say, right? And tell me if they say something bad because I want to talk to them. But no, all jokes aside.
If you're good at orienteering, you can find a cabin in the woods there.
There you
go. Exactly, right? Get a compass. But still, DM me. I don't pitch slap. I don't bother people. I don't care if people say yes or no to me or anything. What I encourage them to do is what I didn't do for 40 years. And I wish I did. Know what the heck you're saying yes and no to. That's it. If you show up and you get all the info and it's not for you, good. But you're missing too many opportunities and things and wondering why life isn't the way it should be because you're saying no and yes to stuff. You don't know what it is. So go dive in. Check us out. And if we're not for you, I'll walk you somewhere if I know a better place. This is not about us. This is about changing a little bitty spot of this world, making a tiny impact, right? So when I get smacked by a bus, this keeps going. And I'm so sick and tired of people being told they're not good enough, not smart enough, being talked down to, hang out with me because I'm successful and you'll be successful. And then $10,000 later, you're not. I'm tired of that. And I'm not bad mouthing people. What I'm saying is if you're not working out in those circles, there's an alternative, right? And that's what we're trying to, I didn't fit in those circles. Don't mean those circles are bad. It means I wasn't a good fit, right? I'm a fish out of water. And that's what we're here for. So check it out because worst case scenario, you're going to know somebody who could be a good fit here and vice versa. Because I work well with others. I love some of those hardcore camps. I love them. I talk to the leaders of them. I think they're, we engage each other, mental gymnastics. So it's not a judgmental thing. It's just
everybody loves you, Mike. That's just it. Everybody loves you. And you were a daggum fish out of water until you found your pond. And your pond is the Hounds of Business. And I encourage everybody to connect with Mike, connect with the Hounds of Business. All the information has been on your screen. All the information is in the comments, the show notes. You can click on it. It's clickable, everybody. That means just click and go straight to Mike. That's all it takes, man. And we love you guys. We love you, Mike. Thank you for being with us today. We're going to say goodbye to you, but hang tight in the green room, all right?
Hey, real quick, shout out to all the hounds in there. You can read them out. I won't kill you for another 10 minutes. But hey, all the hounds and friends of the hounds, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I'm just some dude in a camo hat taking a walk. You guys make this happen. I'm just the guy with the stick at the symphony. It's because you guys feel the same and do what you do is why we're successful. And I'm not just saying that to be flattering. I'm saying that because it's daggum true. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Can't wait to meet more strays out there. Welcome home, guys. Appreciate you all.
All right. All right. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, he's daggum straight. That's for sure. And I'm telling you, everybody, the Hounds of Business are awesome. And if you're watching this, by the way, on replay, please put hashtag team replay and share this with your friends. You can engage, you can connect, and you can do all the things on replay you do live. Right, Scott?
Yeah, it's as I say, he was a fish out of water. He's in the pond. And I'll tell you, that pond is rising. It's getting bigger. It's going to be a lake. It's going to be a great lake. It's going to be an ocean. And get in now. I'd say this is the time to find out what's going on, and if the Hounds is a good place for you.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm telling you, the nice thing is non-judgmental, very open. You learn a lot without getting into a situation where maybe you're uncomfortable, because you're able to enter at your own level where you're at, and I think it's important to meet people where they're at, Scott. And I think that's what the Hounds is all about. So
absolutely.
With that,
and I was just going to ask, Russ, what do you have coming up this week?
Oh my goodness, all kinds of great things. In fact, I was just about to tell everybody that we have this amazing show tomorrow night called The Experience. It's called Russ Reels Live, which is a topic-driven, panel-driven show. And guess what? Guess who's on there? Mike Ashabraner. We're talking visibility and branding. And I tell you, I want to encourage everybody to, at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, to be there. Also have the Marketing with Russ tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific. And I have an amazing friend, Mark Kagiyama, a stage 4 cancer survivor. Me being stage 4 cancer right now myself, that's people that I love to hang around, those that have persevered with God's help. And I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, please go to those tomorrow, and just so many great things going on. Scott, what about you?
Yeah, Friday is the Global Tea Break. So once a month, 90 minutes of international networking. And our special guest teacher is Jean Evans from Ireland. And she's going to be talking about business networking, which is goes right along with the Hounds of Business. But she's going to give you practical skills. She has created the Ignite Business Network, and it is just a fabulous opportunity if you're in Ireland. But learn from her on Friday. And if you're unable to attend, we do put all of the Global Tea Breaks on our Patreon page. So patreon.com, Global Tea Break. And you can see all of the great speakers we've had, including people like Russ Hedge.
Ta-da! Well, listen, there it is. The globalteabreak.com is where to go to sign up for this Friday, or any Friday. And so thankful, Scott, for you and Alan who put that together. What a blessing that is. And I just love that group. You know, that really kind of launched me into my worldwide community. And so, yeah, I just love that. Again, Global
It is a fabulous group. And we're getting ready to start year 5 in the Global Tea Break. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable, today you and I are celebrating. Let's see if I can do this. Oops, I gotta get that off there. Woo, so you can actually see
episode 182.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna get all of the comments off there so you can see it. There we go. Episode number 182 of The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. So what does that mean, everybody? Episode 200 is not far off. So I want to encourage everybody to show up and continue to engage, because we have so many amazing people here that you need to know, and Scott and I are blessed with. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we're here. And before this, we're actually on Instagram only on the Experience Backstage, prepping for this with our friend Shri. And that is on Instagram only, the Experience Backstage. So join us there as well. Mondays, we are on the Experience Local, live with Russ and Scott. And that is at 9 a.m. Pacific Mondays. And Scott, what about the Waco Experience?
Yeah, the Waco Experience broadcasts on KBBW here in the Waco area, all the way down to Austin and north, getting close up to Dallas. But it is a podcast. Go to thewacoexperience.com and click on Listen Now. And of course, Spotify, Apple, all of the podcast platforms, you can find the Waco Experience. Interviews with leaders in business, government, and nonprofits. In fact, when I leave here, I go to interview Chief Cheryl Victorian, Chief of Police here for Waco.
Very exciting. So you don't want to miss out. Kermit's excited. Yes, he makes an appearance. So with that, to have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. And we will see you next Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. Until then, enjoy life and enjoy
the experience.
Woohoo!
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.